Wait. Before you click off to another video, are you tired of watching paranormal videos that are just drama-filled, or phone apps, or just using entire investigation? You're craving something real. Well, you have come to the right channel, so stick around. I promise you're going to want to watch this video, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so tonight I'm going to be doing a director's commentary of my Pinhurst video. Yep, it's back by high demand. I know y'all like some of my previous director's commentary videos because I take you behind the scenes and let you know some of the things that are happening in the building that you just don't see in the main video. So we're going to jump into Pinhurst tonight, and let me tell you, Pinhurst was something special. It is definitely a location that lives up to its haunted name. I can tell you that for sure. And I just might have some pretty shocking stuff in this video that you're going to want to check out. So let's get into it. Pinhurst. I did this a few months back. Obviously, it's up in Pennsylvania. It's one of the most haunted locations in Pennsylvania. Arguably the most haunted. It's a pretty big, expansive campus of buildings. So when I say we, it was just me and my dogs, but my dogs were at the hotel. But I went for a public investigation. So during that public investigation, they give you a little history tour before you actually go in the building and start investigating. The only thing that was kind of a letdown is the first 2 or 3 buildings, it's kind of loud with people. But I got lucky. They put me in a very small group, where I could be completely on my own. So I really enjoyed it. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, so we're here on a public investigation, so you're probably going to hear some voices and stuff, but once I get out of the infirmary, it's going to open up and go into Devon and the Mayflower. But right now, I'm in the infirmary. I have 2 static cameras placed, so you're going to see those popping up. Alright, so first part of this director's commentary. The first building I went to was the infirmary. And the infirmary is kind of detached from the rest of the campus. It's not generally known as a very hot spot for paranormal. Paranormal does happen there. But in this section, I actually caught the most profound piece of evidence. And when I say evidence, y'all, I mean it's evidence to me. I cannot explain it. It doesn't really show any kind of explanation in the video. It honestly just leaves more questions than the answers. So y'all definitely don't want to miss this piece here because it is mind-blowing. Here we go. Throughout the video, hopefully I capture something good. We do? Let's just go walk around for a minute. This place is cool. It's cool. Alright. So, I got one static camera right here. Then I got this guy over here. Get you some static cameras. And all those are just simple cameras that can film night vision. If you're a paranormal investigator, or you're just getting started into this, get you at least two. And then whenever you go into certain spots in a haunted location, you set them up. And where you think the most activity is going to happen. And generally, I find that out by asking the people that are there, that are running the investigation, or the people that own the property. They'll let you know what are some hot spots. So I have 2 static cameras placed, and the one we're looking at right now is the one that's going to capture some crazy piece of evidence. So y'all stay tuned. He's rocking and rolling. Hello, hello. Let's see if we can create some space and get away. Yeah, it was, I had to keep creating space. It was loud. Here, let's come all the way to the end. Alright. We're going to pull out the voice recorder and see if maybe we can start communicating with something or someone. So if y'all ever been to Pinhurst, you know at the beginning you walk around, you do history, They kind of teach you a little bit about the building. So we just got done doing that. So this is hour number 1. First building we're at is the infirmary. Pro tip, if you're ever going to go for a public investigation at Pinhurst, be prepared. If you have a lot of equipment, you want to stage it somewhere you can get to when the history portion is done, because you do a lot of walking. I'm sitting with this huge backpack. I had 2 backpacks on, and I have tripods and cameras, and I'm trying to like hold them all together while we're walking around and they're showing you the history. I'm not dogging on the history that they show. I'm just not used to a location doing such a lengthy history walkthrough, but it is super cool, and it just adds to the entire vibe, ambiance of the location. Y'all are definitely gonna love it if you go to Penhurst. So like always, got a regular voice recorder, not a DR60. Yeah, is key. Very key. Unbeknownst to me, in this moment, a door... Alright guys, so this is the piece of evidence. And I don't like doing it where some channels, they try and hold on to their evidence all the way towards the end to keep you engaged in the video, which I should have done that. But I honestly, when I upload my videos, it's very linear, so I put the evidence in as the video goes. So let me give you a little background. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but that first static cam that I pointed to is going to capture some pretty weird activity happen. So if you have headphones in, put some headphones in, but if not, put the volume up a little bit. You're going to hear it. But if someone can let me know what they think happened, what their theory is, man, that would mean the world to me, because I cannot explain this. So, are y'all ready? Alright, here we go. Press closed. The other folks on the ghost hunt don't respond as well. Let's take a look at this static camera. This is static camera 1. Make sure you look down the hallway on the left-hand side for the shadows. The shadows don't lie. You're going to see the shadow of a door closing. Now here's the sound. Not only does this static camera pick it up, my other static camera picks up the sound as well. Alright guys, so I'm sure some of y'all are asking, well, where are other people at? Okay, so if you can see my mouse over here, this little cubby hole of a room, there were some folks in there. And where the door closes, it's 2 rooms down from where they're at. There's no one there. I just came back from there. No one had re-entered that area when I was looking at the static camera footage. So there's no one in that room where the door is. But you're going to find out. It doesn't matter if a person was in that room and closed the door or not, because you're about to find out. But here is the twist. The door that is supposedly closing in both these videos, that room, it does have a door, but the door is not even installed. Y'all see that? So this is the shadow of the door that closed on camera. What? So as you can see, this door, and you're going to see it in some more in my footage after this door is not even on the hinges. So it can't swing, it can't pivot. It's laying up against a wall, and that's the only door in this area that would throw a shadow across the hallway onto the adjacent wall. So like I said, if you have an idea what happened, drop it in the comments section, because I can't figure it out. Honestly, the result that I've come up with in my mind is that this was probably a residual haunting, which means this is just kind of like a video playing out in the spiritual world. It's on a loop. So maybe it's an event or an occurrence or just an event of an everyday task happening in real time, but in the spirit realm. So maybe in the spirit realm, that door is on the hinges and it's back in 1960 something, and someone's just going in and out of that door. I don't know. That's my theory. That's really the only theory that I've come up with. I wouldn't say it's an intelligent haunting, because if it was intelligent, it would have known that that door is not on the hinge. So let me know in the comments what y'all think. and it's laying against the wall. Now, did we hear and see the shadow of a spiritual door closing, as if the folks from the other side are going about their daily life? So there's another POV shot of the door. So that's the door right there leaning against the wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to backtrack and rewind the footage so y'all can see the shadow of the door and hear it closing again. Give y'all one more chance to look at it. Alright, door has closed. The other folks on the ghost side don't respond as well. But let's take a look at this static camera. This is static camera 1. Make sure you look down the hallway on the left-hand side for the shadows. The shadows don't lie. You're going to see the shadow of a door closing. Now here's the sound. So that door, if you look at my mouse, it'd be right here. And that's the room with the door leaning against the wall. Because there's one more down. There's one more door if you walk past, and that's at the end of the hall. So here we go. You can already see it happening right now. See the light. And then you see the light down here on the ground. So something's moving. Boom. Not only does this static camera pick it up, my other static camera. So very, very strange. I've caught other pieces of evidence at different locations. Indiana Sanatorium, I caught a hospital gown moving on its own, paired with some EVPs of a gentleman talking and a female talking at the same time. So I think that was probably a residual haunt as well, maybe. I don't know. I think that would have been more intelligent. But I've caught other pieces of evidence, but this to me is the most perplexing, you know? Communicating with something or someone. So if y'all ever been to Pennhurst, you know at the beginning you walk around, you do history, they kind of teach you a little bit about the building. So we just got done doing that. So this is hour number 1. First building we're at is the Infirmary. So like always, got a regular voice recorder. No DR60. You know who I'm talking to. Yep, I'm talking to you. Not a DR60. That is key. On this channel, we don't believe in that. So let's go. We're going to set this guy right here. Hello? My name is Jared. I've seen it inside the Infirmary. This is my first time in Pinhurst. I've heard really good things about this place. Can you come up to this little box over here? Which I'm sure you know what it is. And could you tell me your name? You're a little kid. Could you come up to the box and tell me your favorite color? You can hear the voices of other people in the background. So that's why I said the first few buildings. We might just jump past those ones, but I had to show you that clip of the door closing. So let's go ahead and jump forward. We'll go to the Limerick building. And this is the Limerick building. The reason I'm jumping here, because this is when I start fanning out from the rest of the pack. And I got put in I think it's like a 5 or 6 person group. But we kind of made an alliance and we said, all right, we're going to go to this section. You go to this section, we'll go here. So there was no noise pollution. And this one's cool because I have 2 static cameras placed. In this section of Pinhurst, I captured a lot of audio phenomenon. And now you have to keep in mind, this is when it starts being more spread out. Like there's no one around me. So you can throw that out the door. There's not going to be people walking around my cameras if I'm in that section with the cameras. So whatever it's picking up, it's either a spirit, it's me, but I can rule that out because after going through the footage, I was nowhere near that area. But you're going to hear some pretty wild stuff. So let's jump into it. So, just real quick, I have a static cam there,
And I also have a static cam down here.
Oh, another pro tip. So let me go a little bit forward. Right here. So it can't see because it's blurred, but if you have a static cam set up, get you a nice little tripod. Doesn't have to be expensive. But then get you an IR light or two. If you're in a really, really dark abandoned place like a tunnel or something where it's all closed in, you really only need one because that IR is going to illuminate everything. But if you're in a real big open expanse room and it's super dark, get you two. And then if you look at my cursor right here, this is a portable battery pack that you can attach to the camera. Trust me, you're going to want to get it.
And it's capturing this whole hallway.
Look at these guys.
What? Alright, so we're going to head down to the basement. What do we got down here? Hello, hello. So,
alright, so let's do that again.
Hello, hello.
That was a loud bang, and I'm gonna stop it on that point because there was a point in the video where I heard a growl. It wasn't a growl, it was like almost this same sound when I listened to it in post. I don't know what was happening, but there was something heavy metal wise, like cast iron or something, that was being lifted up and dropped, almost kind of like a lid to something. I could never find that, but I was with two other folks and they heard this same exact thing. So this was happening in this building. I don't know if this is a common experience people have in the Limerick building, is the audio phenomenon. But this building, out of all the buildings, it had the most audio stuff going on. It was pretty wild. Now, I put the word help on there. It probably didn't say that. It just kind of sounds like it. It's probably pareidolia. But it was definitely kind of like a breathy kind of sound.
So, me and another two from the group just got growled at. Who did that?
Y'all like the body cam POV? If I put like an action camera like I did in this video, y'all let me know in the comment. I'm trying to do like more multiple angles. If y'all like the body cam style, I also want to try and do where I put one on my back. I want to test. I hadn't seen anybody do this yet in the paranormal realm on YouTube. But I really feel like if I put an action camera on my back, I'm gonna start capturing all sorts of stuff. So let me know. What do y'all think?
Could you growl for me again? I got this box right here. It'll be able to capture. It was pretty crazy. Alright, so Pinhurst. We're in the Limerick building. And just heard a growl.
Alright guys, so we're going to fast forward through this because I don't think I captured anything here, if I remember correctly. So let's jump over to, I think this was down with King in the Mayflower building. So let's check that out. Because King is supposedly their like violent spirit there. He doesn't like guys. So this is the first time I've ever been at Pennhurst. And y'all know me, sometimes I like to kind of call things out. You know, I'm like, I might be scared on the inside, but I don't show it. So I was like, you know what, guys? I want to go down to the basement of the Mayflower completely alone. And I want to talk to this King character. And if y'all know anything about Pennhurst, you know who King is. And he doesn't like guys. So I was like, I'm going to go down there by myself and try and talk to him. And it was completely silent. Nothing happened down there. So I was really, really bummed because I wanted to experience something with King. I put the hospital bell out, or the hotel bell out, that it could ring. I had the live listen audio with the headphones on, just trying to see if I could hear anything, and it was so quiet. So we're gonna actually jump forward. This is Pinhurst, Mayflower, second floor. Mayflower, second floor. Oh, in this section of Mayflower too, this one had like a sulfury kind of smell, like rotten eggs. And one section of, I think it was in maybe this room or a few rooms down, and it started smelling like eggs, like rotten eggs or sulfur. And I've been told that that's supposed to, signify like demonic or something like that. I don't know if I believe in that. I believe in demons. I've seen them before, but I just don't know if that smell coincides with a demonic spirit. But it did. It started smelling like rotten eggs, and then I heard a door close, and there was no one up there with me. And I remember I went searching around for it. I couldn't figure out where it happened, but let's see what we got here.
Tell you my name. Did you go to that box and tell me your name?
That was so light. Ah, man. I shouldn't have put guess or yes on there. It does sound like it if you put headphones on and listen to it. But, it is so low. So this is the second floor. This area was really creepy. This spot, Mayflower second floor, and also the basement of the Devon building, where all the dark hallways are, those two areas to me felt the creepiest. And I was down there with King all alone. I felt really creeped out in the beginning just because of what I thought might be down there, but it was so peaceful down there. So I don't know, hauntings are weird. Sometimes they're active, sometimes they're not. Here. So this is POV, and I had the body cam angle. Look, maybe not. Oh, this is when one of the doors closed. Hello, hello. Yeah. I'm in the bathroom. Who's in here with me? I thought I just heard a door close. Yeah. Can you make a loud bang where that was? Alright, let's go down here. Have y'all ever been to Pinhurst? I know there's a couple of y'all that have commented saying you have. If you have been to Pinhurst, let me know in the comments section, like, what was your experience like? Did you capture any evidence? Did you see anything? Did you feel weird? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear about it. What's in here? Cousin? What? Hizzup? Who's down here? Who's down here moving doors?
God, it just smells. It smells like a gas.
Yeah, it really did.
Why does it smell up here? I didn't fart.
I didn't fart.
Could somebody up here tell me what the hell's going on? I'm lost. I need help.
Sometimes that works when you're like in a hospital, like a haunted hospital. I've done this before. If you act like, you're hurt, you're lost, you need help, I'm telling you, it really does like stir up the energy. I don't like using energy as a term, but it does stir up activity. I don't know if it's more of like it has to be intelligent if it's responding to you in that way. But it's something about, saying you're hurt, I need help. I think it just kind of, it draws up that nurse
spirit nurse activity. Unfortunately, it didn't work here. Who here can help me? Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. There's like these little pockets where it smells like gas. Now, I don't think this ball has moved yet. It's in the same spot.
No, it did not. It didn't move.
Hello, hello. How about, was it one of y'all down here that moved the door? Emergency exit. Get out. I bet you back in the day they would stuff people in one room.
Yeah, y'all let me know, what is this section of the Mayflower if you've been there? I don't remember on the history lesson what this was, but this would be the 3rd floor, actually, of the Mayflower, if I'm correct. Y'all let me know.
That's what it looks like. Ooh, I see a ringing handle. Hello, hello.
Super creepy.
Are there any kitties around?
Creepy.
Looks like I see some toys down here. I got this cool little light up ball that y'all can play with. Do y'all like the lights? Different colored lights? If so, once that's done lighting up, can you come touch that ball? It'll light up.
I'll tell y'all what, the craziest cat ball experience I've ever had, and I honestly don't use them as much as I used to anymore. I'll use them maybe once or twice in an investigation. But when me and Riley were at Trans-Allegheny, we were down in Dean's room, which I think is the 3rd floor. Yeah, 3rd floor. And we had the most intelligent cat ball session. I've never seen anything like it. And that was the moment that kind of made me think that there might be something to the cat balls if you set them up in the right way. And what I mean by that is you got to put it on a towel and make it like a little dimple where the ball can sit down in the recessed area, or put it on a bed. Just don't put it on the floor, because if you do that, it's probably going to roll. But if you put it on a towel or a bed where it can't move, to me that's some pretty strange stuff if the ball is lighting up on command. So I've only had that a few times, Trans-Allegheny being the craziest. So if y'all haven't seen Trans-Allegheny video, go check it out. Y'all will love it. That is a great video as well. Alright guys, so let's jump up to the this is gonna be Devon building. So this place was creepy. I went all the way down to Candyland. Candyland was really cool. I did hear a footstep at one point, but I think I debunked it. I think it was like water dripping down. So we're not going to watch any of that. If you want to watch the whole video, go back to the original video and just watch it from start to finish, and you'll get to see all the quieter parts if you're more interested in seeing if you see something on camera. Because I promise you, I don't have the ability to go through every second of footage and be locked in on it and watching. So that's why I like to leave most areas just kind of unedited. That way, if you see something, you let me know. But this is more of a director's commentary, giving you a little behind the scenes. So this night at Pinhurst, it was a little chilly. Wasn't too bad. First time being there. And I gotta say, this place, I left and I was not disappointed. So y'all have to go check out this place. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward to the creepy part of Pinhurst. And that's going to be the Devon building in the basement. Not towards Candyland, but to the right. We go to the right. Supposedly, what happened down there, and I didn't know this till after I had gone down there and conducted my investigation, but I guess they had found evidence of some kind of ritualistic, I don't remember if she said sacrifice, but she said there was some kind of satanic ritual that happened down there. I didn't know anything about that, And I went down there without knowing that, and it felt so heavy and so dark. I did capture some audio stuff on the recorder, so that's what we're going to jump to. And I want to get y'all's take on what you hear. It was definitely the spookiest part of Pennhurst to me. Y'all let me know, what is the spookiest place you've been to? Not just Pennhurst, but across the country, or even over the pond in England, wherever y'all are watching this video at. Let me know, what's the most haunted place, scariest place you've been to? Because I would love to go there. So y'all let me know. Alright guys, so I'm just going to start playing and just let it play from here on out until we get to the tunnels, and then I'm going to end the video. We'll talk a little bit, because in the tunnels I didn't really capture much. But this right here, to me, is the most scary portion of Pinhurst. It's pretty wild down there.
I did Molly here. The drug or the girl? But she knows. There's a lot of graffiti in this section. Okay, I heard that down there. Is there someone down there?
Sorry guys, I had my background music too loud. I don't think my camera audio captured it anyway, or my wireless mic. I think I was wearing a wired mic, but it didn't capture it, but I did hear, it was like a snap.
Could you come my way? I'm not here to hurt anybody. I just want to talk. That's all. Don't be scared. I haven't been able to talk to anybody yet this whole time I've been here. Oh, look at this cool little rocking chair, dude.
Look at that! What?
Look at this thing.
It's about big enough to put my big toe in there and just rock it back and forth.
That's so cool. I like that. Alright, so this hallway over here is kind of giving me the hibby-jibbies.
Yeah.
So let's go in here with some holy boldness. Hello?
I said, let's go in there with some holy boldness. Can I get an amen? Heck yeah, let's do it.
Is there anybody back here with me? Could you make a noise? This looks like, was it just like a kid's area or what?
I don't know what that area was.
I'm down here all by myself. Alright, let's do a voice recording in here, huh?
Alright, y'all make sure you put some headphones in here, or if you got the TV, just crank it up loud. Because there are some quiet parts to this EVP session, but I do capture some pretty peculiar stuff. Just audio phenomenon. And I'm down there completely alone. There's no one there with me. And y'all know me, I don't do tricks and gimmicks. I don't have somebody hiding off camera making noises. So that's why this channel, I keep it the way it is. I might not get a lot of views because people might get bored, but what I tell you is I keep it real here on this channel. So y'all just listen.
Alright, so this is Pinhurst Devon Building Part 2. Hey look, my name is Jerry. I'm all down here by myself. I would love to talk to somebody. I'm sure you've seen that device over there before. What I'm gonna do is after I'm finished with my sentence, I'm gonna stay quiet for a whole minute. Unless you say whatever you want to say. Starting right now.
Alright, so before I play this, another pro tip to all my, beginning paranormal investigators, or even those who've been doing it for a little bit. This might help you in your tool bag. When you're doing an EVP session, don't just ask questions and then wait and then ask a question. You can do that. That works.
But sometimes I've found a really good method, and I found this out at Trans-Allegheny. And I didn't find this EVP until I went back after I posted the video. And I think I put it in the top paranormal encounters 2025. But I caught an EVP of what it sounds like. I need help. I mean, that's what it sounded like to me. And I captured that after saying, hey, I'm going to give you the floor. You say whatever you want to say for the next minute. So try it out. In your next investigation, when you go to do an EVP session, just say, hey, I'm so-and-so. I don't know you. I'd like to get to know you, or I'd like to hear your story. I'm going to just let you talk for the next however long. Give them a couple minutes. And I promise you, if you're in a haunted location, you'll capture something. I promise you will. So try that out. So that sounded, it was like something moving in the room across the hall from me. It was almost kind of like more of a high-pitched sound. So let's see if we go back. You can hear that. Y'all hear it? It almost sounded like not a can dropping, but it was almost like a snap of the fingers. Let's try it one more time. Alright, so we'll rewind that so you can hear it. Another thing too I learned, just being in the trenches and kind of learning how to do the ghost hunt thing, is when you're listening back to audio files, you're going to hear a lot of artifacting happening. That white noise, like, and sometimes you can fall into a trap where it sounds like voices. So you just have to be careful with that. So I think it's best if you're putting audio recordings up on your channel, just make sure it sounds like something that's prominent. So let's see what this sounds like. I think it was like a small knock. Alright, one more time. Y'all hear it? It's just a little simple knock. That came from the same room across the hall. Alright, so for that one, you definitely have to have headphones in. And the only reason I put that on the screen is because it sounds a little bit, just a tad more than the artifacting. It almost sounded like voices that was coming from a distance, or like real small whispering, Try again. You might not be able to hear it. I know everyone's different. Like I've clearly heard stuff. Sometimes people are like, I don't hear it. So it could just be pareidolia. So maybe. And you can also look at the waveform on the screen, and you can kind of get a feel for what's regular with the background noise and see what jumps up and what spikes. And if it coincides with what you think you're hearing, you might be hearing something. Another movement across the hall. All right. I give you some time to talk. If he didn't talk, that's completely okay as well. I'm telling y'all, if y'all do that method where you just let it sit for like a minute or two, not saying anything, you'll capture something. If you're in a haunted location, for sure. All right, so I didn't really capture anything else other than that. I did do the tunnels, but this was kind of towards the end of the night. Nothing really happened down there. I was tired. Everyone else was tired. So I think I packed up like 45 minutes early. But Pennhurst, all in all, man, I would love to be able to rent that place out and just have a private investigation. Take a few people up there. That would be an amazing experience. Because that place, I can definitely say it's haunted. So here are the places I think that are haunted that I've been to. All right, so first one, Indiana State. I've talked about this one quite a bit. And the reason I always bring it up, because it is the scariest location I've ever been. And I'll tell you, first time I ever went ghost hunting for YouTube. And this video, it was super old. I got lost in a hard drive, so I really wish I had it because I'd post it. That night, first time I ever did ghost hunt for YouTube. And I only made it till about 11 o'clock at night. I'm not ashamed to say this, but I went in my car. I put the windshield screen up so I couldn't even see out the windshield because I was so freaked out I would see stuff in the building. I turned my headlights off. I closed my eyes and I went to bed. And then I got back up at like early in the morning and did a little daytime exploring. So I'm stubborn. I'm hard-headed. So after that night, I was like, I have to come back here and I have to conquer this place. And I went back with Riley. And we did much better, but that night was scarier. You can ask Riley, like we saw this spider-like creature, the same size as a human, but down on all fours running across the hallway. Had things scratching on the windows of the car, captured voices. Riley got rushed out of a room. She got charged by something. Captured demonic laughter. Captured a little bit of a poltergeist hospital gown moving in a room closed with no wind. That place, if you want to hear or see something, go there. Next place I would say is Trans-Allegheny. That place is definitely haunted. Probably the most prolific activity you'll experience. I say you have a high variety of different kinds of activity that happen there. Indiana State's a little bit more darker, in my opinion. I didn't experience really anything dark Trans-Allegheny except the fourth floor where the crawler is. It did feel a little weird. And I did capture its shadow moving on the ground. I think so. Obviously, Ohio State Reformatory is haunted. Never done an official investigation there. I'd love to. Another place is Brushy Mountain. That place is haunted. And then I would also say Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. And anywhere in Gettysburg. If you walk around Gettysburg long enough, you're going to see something. You're going to hear something. So those are probably my top 4 or 5 places that I've been to that I will say you will experience something if you go. So my thing is, if you're interested in the stuff, get out from behind your screen, get off the couch, and go do it. But also be safe as well. Don't do what you see on YouTube every day of like all these big channels where there was this weird moment where people started doing like these blood ritual things where they poke their finger and put blood on the Ouija board. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen on YouTube. But if you go, be clear-headed, go with some tools, right equipment. Honestly, if you're going to a haunted location, all you need is a camera and a voice recorder. That's it. If a place is haunted, you're going to see stuff, you're going to hear stuff. You don't need a phone app. So get out there and do this yourself. Bring a camera with you. Start a YouTube channel. I'm telling you, y'all are going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. And you never know.
It might turn into a source of income for you where you can just travel around and create these cool videos for people that people love to consume and watch. And you can have a blast doing it. So thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. If you keep coming back to this channel and you have not hit the subscribe button, can you smash it? Because it's 70% of y'all are not subscribed to this channel. Also hit the like button for me. Drop me a comment. And I just want to put a blessing over everybody watching this video. I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope you have a fantastic evening, day, night, wherever you are in the world. Have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye.